What is going on, dudes and dudettes? It is Deadbolt here bringing some more SCP reactions, and today we're reacting to SCP-2571, Cragglewood Park, Euclid. So, and it's memory affecting SCPs. From what I've seen from memory affecting SCPs, they're usually pretty brutal. Like they're usually like freaking, you know, affects your memory, makes you want to kill yourself, see your relatives, etc., etc. But I guess we're gonna find out. My prediction: Cragglewood Park. I think the thumbnail was like of a tree, so I feel like it might just be one tree or maybe a group of trees like in a forest. I forgot, there was a SCP that was similar to this, right? That was in a forest and like this. Wasn't it that pool? That pool, I do not, yeah, the one that I just reacted to like 2 weeks ago.
Into the water, look into their eyes. It's your friends, your classmates. You took the trip to the lake in the fall of '75 together when you were young.
The one that I thought was scary, you know, by DJ Cactus and the Volgun, by the way, the Volgun, you know, like and subscribe. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be one of those like in that same vein of SCPs, and it is Euclid, so it's definitely gonna be killing some people. So yeah, let's get into it. Cragglewood Park. Do you think it would be a whole park? I feel like that's a bit too much. Jeez, that's creepy.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-2571. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. A Foundation-operated bot, I.O. Mandela, is to monitor online communities for discussions regarding SCP-2571. Mobile Task Force Psi-7, the Laughingstock, is to investigate these discussions and make a determination for appropriate action on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, so it sounds like they're monitoring the internet. It's like that one sloth, you know, if you see it on the internet, it messes you up. That sloth one was pretty interesting now that I think about it. Like, now that I remember it, freaking, it made you dumb for like almost 24 hours, and then like 10 minutes of the day, you were able to, like, you remember everything that happened to you, and you're able to like have your consciousness back. But then as soon as those 10 minutes are up or something like that, you go back into that trance. It's a pretty interesting SCP if you haven't heard of it. But it sounds like it's like in the same vein, you know, it's like on the internet type thing. Kind of like the Among Us. Like the Among Us SCP was like one of the first ones I reacted to. It was like a few months ago, so I don't really remember that one that much, but I remember it being also like one of these internet ones. But let's find out.
Description: SCP-2571 is a recurring childhood memory of a non-existent theme park, Cragglewood Park. It is estimated that 0.05% of the world's population is affected by SCP-2571. However, recent evidence suggests that this number may be growing. The primary vector for SCP-2571's spread is not yet known. Notably, it appears to be most common among adults raised as an only child. Afflicted subjects are initially responsive to amnestics, but memories regarding Cragglewood will typically resurface once treatment ceases. Although descriptions of these memories vary, several details remain consistent.
Ooh.
Subjects were between the age of 4 and 12 when they visited. The park featured numerous characters primarily centered around anthropomorphic variants of trees and plants.
Damn, no animals?
No adult supervision was present. Calliope music played throughout the park. Subjects attended the park with numerous other children, none of whom they knew. The park featured only one ride,
You're zooming
carousel
in.
or merry-go-round. Although children accompanying the subjects boarded this ride, the subjects themselves did not.
Whoa, that's pretty cool. Cause like this is one of the, like, have you ever had one of those, like, I don't know if it's a dream or a daydream, like just a deja vu moment? Because I remember when I was a kid, I had a dream of the Santa Fe station in Las Vegas, and I've never been there, ever. And then when we first went, there, I think it was to go bowling, either that or to the buffet. I was like, wait, I've been here before, but I haven't. Like, it was weird. It was a weird time. And I had another instance like that in Utah when I went to Zion for the first time. Like, I saw a bridge there and the leaves, and I remember I was like, wait, feels like I've been here before. So it feels like, am I being affected by an SCP? Like, that's what this kind of sounds like. It's like, oh, like this place feels like it could have existed, but it actually didn't. You know, your brain playing tricks on you. And, you know, what would tip me off immediately is the no parents around, because freaking, what was it, 4 to 12? Ain't no way my mom was letting me out of her sight between those ages. No. Like, oh, yeah, you can go to this park by yourself. That's fine.
Investigations regarding the precise nature of both SCP-2571 and Cragglewood Park are ongoing. Addendum 2571.1 Interview Logs. Access SCP-2571 Interviews Log 218.
It's Euclid.
Date November 16th.
So that means it has to have some sort of negative effect.
Interviewer Dr. Rayner. Subject Rupert Duckasu. Begin log. What do you recall about Cragglewood Park? Jesus. Is that what this is about? It's just a nightmare I used to have. Can you elaborate? I mean, I think it's probably based on some actual theme park I went to as a little kid, you know? Probably traumatized the shit out of me.
So it's not a good memory.
I entered this theme park. It's like Disneyland, but smaller. There's no rides, just this long, winding road through the woods.
The hell?
Everything's bright and colorful like in a cartoon. And there's all these trees around me, but tell me about the trees. They've all got faces. And they're singing. They've got these dopey, cheerful looks. Like one of those old-time cartoons, right? And they just sing and laugh and sing. Can you tell me anything else? There's this music that's playing everywhere. It's like organ music, but not the kind you hear in a church. More like the sort you might hear in a carnival.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned before that there aren't any rides. No, I'm wrong. There's rides. There's one ride. Just one ride. It's that thing with the horses that goes around in circles. You know what I'm talking about. A carousel. Right. That thing. It's where the organ music is coming from. Were you there alone? No, there was other kids with me. They're not happy to be there either.
Jeez.
We're all smiling and laughing, but we're just doing it to stop ourselves from crying, you know? To fool the trees. So the trees don't see how scared we are. To keep the trees happy.
What happens if you don't keep them happy?
Keep them happy. Yeah. Is there anything else you can tell us? I don't know. I haven't dreamt about this place in ages. I think there's one bit near the end. Please, relax. Take as much time as you need. Just as I'm getting ready to leave, I see something. A tiny tree spreading up near my foot. It looks up at me. It's smiling. Smiling with that big, dopey, happy grin. When I see it, that's when I start screaming. That's when I wake up. Why does that make you scream? Because it has my face.
What the hell?
Access. SCP-25.
So, like, okay, I guess it doesn't have to necessarily be dangerous. I keep forgetting Euclid, you know, like these are just containment, like, levels. And Euclid, they don't really know how to contain it. They just know, like, it affects people between 4 and 12 or something like that. Or what was it? It affects kids, you know, mostly only children, only childs. So I guess that's why it's Euclid, because it doesn't seem like it's doing anything negative. It's just like a bad memory you have. It's just you look back on it and you're like, huh, that was a weird dream I had, and you remember it forever. Because, you know, I mostly remember my nightmares. Like, that's it. When it comes to good dreams, I usually forget them pretty easily. When it comes to weird dreams, those also kind of stay with me. Like, I had a dream that I was, like, in Japan doing Mario Kart in real life. And then I like boarded a ship, like a pirate ship, like from One Piece, and then we just like sailed the seas. And like it was a weird one. It's just something that happens. Like it's just a common thing that happens to a bunch of people. And the SCP Foundation are just like, huh, we should keep an eye on this just in case, it gets out of hand. Maybe these trees come out of nowhere and steal your face. Freaking Ko the Face Stealer from Avatar over here.
571, interviews, log 341. Date, January 9th, 2003.
Ooh, that's a few days after my birthday.
Rayner. Subject, James Yearling. Begin log.
Did you ever ride the carousel? What? Hell no. Are you crazy? What happened when you reached it then? Some of the kids got on. Not me though. The ones who did, some of them were smiling. Some of them were crying.
Jeez, that's scary.
Some of them hugged the ones who didn't get on. Some of them hugged each other. What happened then? They rode the carousel. Then we left. What happened to them? How should I know? We left. You left them behind? Yes, we left them behind. What? You think we should have stuck around? See how this was all going to turn out? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to accuse you of anything.
He's acting irrational.
No one would have expected you to. That's right. I was just a goddamn child in the middle of a goddamn nightmare, and I just...
What happened to him? He's hiding something.
What even talking about this is doing to me, or how it's making me feel. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to forget it. Why can't you just let us... I'm sorry. You don't need to apologize, Mr. Yearling. I've clearly gone through a deeply traumatizing experience. I don't understand. I can't imagine you would. Nothing about this experience makes much sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
It's not that. It isn't just that. It's just... What is it? One of the kids. One of the kids that got on. Yes? Why did he hug me?
Because you were probably crying, just like you are now.
Who he was.
End log.
He was probably crying. He was probably the one crying. The one he said.
SCP-2571.
He was like, I saw somebody crying.
Log 367.
And it was me.
Date, June 12th, 2004. Interviewer, Dr. Rayner. Subject, Randolph Blair. Begin log.
I'd like to talk to you about the video cassette. Christ. I understand this people just don't get it. I don't want to discuss any of this with you. Fuck, I shouldn't have told my therapist any of this. That fucking bitch. Please, Mr. Blair, I need you to focus. Get on with it. This cassette, where did you get it from? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I found it in my attic when I was cleaning shit out. I thought it was just an old copy of Ghostbusters or something. Do you recognize any of the images on it? I don't know. Yeah, from nightmares. Bullshit like that.
Wait, so there's a tape that exists with it.
Have you lived in this house your whole life? Yeah. You were raised in this house by your parents? Yeah. Is this going somewhere? The front bedroom. Look, I don't want to talk about this shit, okay? I understand. But we need to understand what's going on, Mr. Blair. Why is the front bedroom... I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's just always had shit in it, but nobody uses it. That's why I keep it locked, okay? I don't think about it. I understand, Mr. Blair. I just need to ask... Are we done?
No.
I just need to ask one more question. Whatever. Mr. Blair, have you always been an only child?
End log. Note: the subject has refused to conduct any additional interviews. Addendum.
It sounds like something's happening at this park that they're not talking about. Like something, like, I don't know what. Because, like, all of them, except for, like, the first guy, and he was even a little apprehensive to talk about it a little bit. But like these two other dudes, they're just like, man, we saw some shit. Like freaking nom flashbacks every time they talk about this. That's creepy. Like these trees are sus. I'm calling it. These trees are sus. That's the only button I use on my stream deck now. I never use any of the other ones.
SCP-2571.2 Video log. Date: June 10th, 2004. The following log describes the contents of a mini video cassette tape found in the possession of Randolph Blair. The word Cragglewood is written across its label in black felt tip marker. Begin log.
I'm scared. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh gosh.
You have to smile. You have to. Smile. Smile. Please. Just smile. Be okay. I promise.
The hell?
Listen, you have to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have to go. You have to. No, you go. Please. I'm sorry. I'll be okay. Just. No. 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 No.
What the hell? Are they stuck there?
End log.
Yeah, this thing was a little behind.
Nothing like an anomalous entity to make you glad you have messed up dreams that don't feature Cragglewood Park. Anyway, let's conclude the lesson. Thank you all for listening, if indeed you still are, and you were all dismissed.
That's some creepy shit. Like, it sounded like it was more than just like dream. It felt like it was like they were teleported to another dimension or something. Like they were trying to get out. But damn, that's some creepy f***ing shit, man. Stage blight. It was neutralized. Finally, the SCP neutralized something. But yeah, that's freaking creepy. Cragglewood Park. How many people did it affect, by the way? Hold on.
We're going to be looking.
I know it said it affects 0.05%. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it affects 0.5% of the population. Wait, is it just... well, the world's population, yeah. Okay. Is it really enough to say that it's an SCP, though? Like, if you took 0.5% of the population, I'm pretty sure you can get like another 0.5 of the population that's also had a similar dream. Would that also count as an SCP or like a similar nightmare? You know, would that? And like, isn't there also like a image of somebody that like a lot of people see, like in real life? Like a lot of people have a dream and they see this face and they're like, huh, that's pretty weird. There's like conspiracies around it, and it's like, well, if this is an SCP, shouldn't that also be considered an SCP? Like real world, just bring the real world into this. But yeah, okay, all right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Volgun's channel, by the way. Another good video. And I will see you in the next SCP reaction. Bye-bye.